Hey guys, Pastor Cody here again with another update for you as we as a church are working through our response to what's going on in the world and with COVID and in our community as well. So I wanted to give you guys a couple of thoughts for you that I'm wrestling through as a leader that I want you guys to be praying through as well with me. The first is what does it mean to truly love people? And this is a deeper question than maybe a surface answer can really get at. And what I'm getting at here is this. You and I right now need to be making choices to love other people. Now, let me be very clear with you. Choosing to love people doesn't mean they have to have your opinion or your perspective. So for instance, I could say that it's choosing to love someone to wear a mask. And if you don't choose to love by wearing a mask, then you're not loving. That would actually be wrong. Because we know that there are those who love Christ and love people that they're choosing a different response out of that love. So I think it, first off, needs to come down to what is our personal conviction? What does it actually mean to love people in our community? That's the first thing I'm wrestling through. The second thing I'm wrestling through is what does it mean to be able to make a free choice in the midst of love? I've always loved that God in the garden gave man, Adam and Eve, a choice. You can choose to love me. You can choose not to love me. And in that, there is a beauty that sacrificial love actually comes out of you and I choosing to do something. And this is what I've been wrestling through as a leader. I want us as a church to choose, not to be enforced, but to choose to do what we're doing out of love. And so this is what I would say, and this brings me to my last point, which is how do we keep a strong testimony in our community? For me and the staff, we have chosen to wear a mask out of loving other people. During the pandemic, we had people come who were not believers to our church to receive the gospel. They were scared, but they came because they saw us wearing a mask. And though we may not agree with that mask or what it stands for, to them when they saw us wear it, they felt loved, and so they came. And so for us as a staff, we're going to continue wearing masks. Now, we're not going to require our children to wear masks in the children's ministry. We're not even going to say we enforce or require our adults who are attending our service to wear a mask. We recommend it, but this is the part where love comes in. I want you guys to think about, what does it mean for me to make a choice to love people and to love Ashland? I got to be honest with you. I really want our church to have a strong testimony in this community of being willing to reach people where they're at, being able to stretch out the hand and see people come to Christ so they can be saved, surrounded, serving, sent. But I know if we as a church enforce that on you, then you're not going to feel like you had a choice in the matter. And in that, is that really you choosing to love, or is it just you being forced to do something? So I'm going to make the choice yours. Would you pray about it and really choose to love? So whatever that looks like for you, I want you to think about it before God. Don't make decisions out of fear. Don't make decisions out of anger. Don't make it out of contempt. If you're going to choose to do something, don't do it out of bitterness. Make the choice out of love. Can you choose to love and reach people where they're at? And whatever that looks like to you, it's a matter of personal conviction. I think that's where we got to leave it. Now, I will say this. If you are a volunteer at the church, I would strongly recommend that you do wear a mask for the same reasons that we are as a staff, as representing the church, as being the one who's going to greet people at the door, check in their children, things like that. We want to show the world that we do care, we do love. It doesn't mean we believe in it, but we're showing them that we love them even where they're at. And the good news is we're going to be outside this whole fall, even into the winter. So God has provided a means for us to keep ministering and loving each other comfortably in a space that's outdoors as well. So that's what I'm going to leave you guys with. My outro to you would be let's not be divided as a body. I think those are the real things we need to be concerned about as the church is division, disunity, bitterness. All of this gives a foothold for Satan to work in our midst. And that's the last thing we want to do as a church, because the world will know we are Christ's disciples when they see our love, his love in us for one another. God bless you guys. I'm praying for you, and I'll see you soon.